Throwing axe. I recently did another video showcasing this weapon against Dracula, but let's use it for an entire run, because although it works quite well against very large enemies like Dracula, it's not as useful against regular small enemies. Kind of awkward to use with the gigantic arc that you throw it in. So the basics are that you, well, throw it upwards, and when it is white, it deals regular damage. When it's red, it deals critical damage. If you don't see any color on it, it's not dealing damage. And that doesn't necessarily mean for the entire arc. It doesn't just stop dealing damage after it hits the wall once, but it's kind of hard to predict exactly when it's going to start dealing damage again. It's one of the rare weapons that can actually hit enemies even when you are not in line of sight with them, but I honestly cannot get it working particularly consistently. It's not as good as, say, using the Bloodthirsty shield, which just hits in an entire area around you, regardless of if it's through walls or not. So, mostly, I think the best use out of this is to either get very, very used to how the arc works, or try to freeze enemies. And I think I'm probably going to go for the latter for this run, because even though I have used this for an entire run thus far, well, entire one where I was using assist mode, you know, for the practice against Dracula and everything, I still don't think I can hit enemies with it very well. Yeah, it does deal a good amount of damage when you can actually hit enemies, though. Will one-shot them pretty often, at least at most points in the game, in my experience. But yeah, sometimes, like I said, the actual point at which you can hit enemies is sort of weirdly questionable. Like there, for example, didn't hit that rat, even though I think that it was obviously in a position where it was not, you know, it's still embedded in the wall. Ah, well. Ammo management, despite the fact that it has it, doesn't make too much of a difference, I think. You regen it very quickly, though it might still be useful enough if you are up against a large enough enemy. Say, I'm thinking I might take this up against the Mama Tick fight, and obviously Dracula, but I don't know. Just a few options like that, attempting to, you know, get very consistent hits. And that might require a little bit more ammo. Doesn't say anything about not being affected by the ammo mutation, I've noticed, so although I didn't use that previously, this might be a good opportunity to do so. And of course, any enemy that's actually trying to attack you also will probably run out of range of the weapon pretty quickly too, which is another thing that makes it a little bit difficult to use. Still though, classic Castlevania axe. I do appreciate that. Did use this weapon all the way back when I played Castlevania 3 for the first time to beat up OG, like super giant Dracula, because he wasn't too large back in the original Castlevania, but Castlevania 3 he got a lot bigger, and because of that, axe was that much more effective. So that's why I want to take this weapon into that fight again. And like I said, did do a recent video where I did showing a couple of my attempts against the Dracman. And I think I got pretty good at doing the fight. So as long as I can get there, and, well, you know, it's actually not a bad leg hugger. But then again, you do have to get the bleeding on there, so maybe not. All right. Oh, still though, the biggest problem of this run, I think, is actually not going to be Dracman himself, but the Timekeeper. Timekeeper is a small target, is very fast, and when I was getting over to Dracula in the first place, I did just mostly use the shield for that fight, because it is using this sort of weapon. I mean, needless to say, Dead Cells as a game is one that is mostly based around you know, hitting in front of you, stuff like that. Even some of the more skill-based weapons that require you to have very particular positioning. I'm thinking of stuff like the, I don't know, the Valmont's Whip, for example. You still expect enemies to be very close to you most of the time. Which is why it's even surprising that mutations like Tranquility even exist in some ways. Because it's really hard to get use out of that in a lot of boss fights, unless you are really planning a very particular build to deal with it. I got neither of those. I guess that shouldn't be too surprising, but still. Sort of hoping that I could get something here. Ah, yes, legendary version. Throws out 2 axes at once. I probably will end up attempting to get that over the course of this run, because I think that is very useful. I think they also go in slightly different arcs, if I remember when I was messing around with it a little bit earlier, which means that can increase the amount of area you're hitting, and that's just useful for dealing with some of the problems with using this weapon. I mean, overall, I think maybe the best way to use this weapon is to just be constantly tossing axes and hoping that enemies run into them, because very often they will. And the other thing is, of course, your ammo is not too much of a concern, so you don't really need to worry about running out of it an awful lot. And then, yeah, stealth. Just going for, like, stealth hits and stuff are going to be very good, I think, just purely because... yeah, and now here, at this point in time, there's no way I could possibly hit these enemies here. Whew. Stressful. But that is why I took the health mutation immediately. Necromancy might not be as effective as it once was, but it is still quite good. Especially if you are going to be hit a lot. This does work pretty well against flying enemies. I don't know if I would necessarily say that it's a great counter to them. It's not quite the same thing as using Magic Missile, for example, but still is pretty worthwhile. All right, come on, give me an upgrade. I swear, for a lot of these runs that I have been testing out some of the weapons with, you know, trying to get a couple good runs against Dracula, it feels like I never get them to appear when I want them to. Oh, but sure, the Wrecking Ball shows up an awful lot now, doesn't it? Oh, boy. Well, anyway. Yeah, despite being like a primary weapon, I don't know if I would necessarily use this. Oh my god, just hit him. Oh, and that is the axe, everybody. Yeah, I don't know if I would necessarily use this as a primary weapon very often. Certainly, it does keep up the axe tradition of being, something very, you know, like a lot of unique, it's a very unique sort of weapon. It's not just, you know, hey, you swing it in front of you and that's it. I mean, even the axe that you do swing in front of you and that's it, the oven axe, is notably one of the slowest weapons in the entire game. So, stuff like that still gives its own unique flavor. Then also, of course, you got stuff like the boy's axe, throw in front of you for at least Thorny's make this pretty easy. Throw in front of you to root enemies, and, you know, stuff like Hemorrhage, which is just, like, very slow, critical on poison and bleeding enemies and poison and bleeds enemies. But needless to say, none of them have the unique parabolic arc that this one has. Which is, of course, yeah, the classic. The absolute classic of the Castlevania weapons. And honestly, I don't know how I got it. I mean, I was taking like a blueprint, the blueprint grenade into the Castlevania area to try and find this weapon, but instead it just kind of randomly dropped, and not from an enemy that, you know, had any sort of indication that they were going to be dropping a blueprint. So I think it might be a special enemy or something like that. It's weird. The blueprint just kind of showed up, and I was like, good enough. I should probably have looked up exactly how you're supposed to do that first, but oh well. Okay, so from here, I don't know. I kind of went into the Arboretum because I guess the idea was, hey, it's sort of like how the mushroom enemies are thrown at me. Is that a really good justification? Probably not. But I mean, I guess I'm also maybe plan to go into the Mama Tick fight, so going through the Bad Seed DLC area, why not, right? Oh yeah, and we're getting to the point where the enemies have seen me, and I can't quite get them in a position that they're actually going to be hit by the weapon here. Oh, and that is the throwing axe all over now, isn't it? All right, grappling hook, no. Yeah, bringing enemies closer to me is not really going to do me any good. This weapon could potentially be good with some... I don't know. I think stealth is the way to go. Yeah, just like trying to hit enemies above or below you like this. Oh, this can take you down pretty quick. Because the weapon's damage is, yeah, about a third if you hit them on the upward swing. So that's the one that obviously is going to work a lot more like a traditional weapon. Yes, there are the axe armors of the game, which it's like there do exist axe armors in the Castlevania area, but they throw axes a lot more like you throw axes, whereas axe armors in the original game threw them directly in front of themselves in that boomerang style like you saw there. It's Castlevania has a very particular way of doing things. That's just how it is. So yeah, funny enough, those enemies are a lot more accurate to classic Castlevania than the actual Castlevania enemies that are supposed to be like the classic Castlevania enemies. How about that? All right, what do we got? Oh, man. Yeah, oh, the baseball bat. I see. Ah! I gotta either get like a freeze grenade or start parrying enemies a lot more, because that's gonna make my life a lot easier. Oh, boy. Okay, well, you know what? I always talk about how I should be parrying enemies more. Just put my money where my mouth is. Put my shield where my mouth is, which I don't have. And then, you know, do it. Do the thing. All right. Good. Good. I think we're good. At least, yeah, the overall... Some enemies easier to hit than others, and also if I can just... This is why I took Necromancy. This is why I took Necromancy in the first place. Okay. 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 At least the mushrooms are thrown much slower. They're a lot lighter, you know? Not nearly as aerodynamic as the axes, so they're able to just kind of fly through the air like at a slower pace. That's how that works. Trust me. Okay. Hey, I will take that though. Maybe I should have actually waited until I was about done with the area to make sure that I got maximum use out of it, but so that sort of thing didn't happen. That just happened right there. But well, that's not what happened. Okay, come on. I'm gonna eventually want to try and get Wish working, but hoping that something appears here first. I mean, Giant's Whistle is also one that can hit enemies. Teleric Shock does a pretty good area of effect and works right next to me. It doesn't have a huge cooldown. Also, don't hate Root Grenade. Root Grenade could also help too, and lasts a little bit longer. What else we got? I'm willing to try out some different stuff here. Powerful Grenade. I am about to go into, of course, an area where I'm going to get cursed. Death Orb, you know, is pretty decent. If I'm going to, you know, if I'm going to already be using Necromancy, why not? 2 times damage in a survival run should work just fine. Oh, enemies that spawn stuff, which, you know, again, speaking of the next area again, are just absolute nightmares because it is so hard to get the one enemy that you want to have hit. Oh boy. Well, I'm prepared for that eventuality. Certainly this is not the first time, and it won't be the last time that I end up using a weapon that you're probably not intended to use as a primary damage dealer, I mean, it definitely has you trying to use the weapon in a unique way. Then again, you can also get surprised sometimes. When you think about like the Boy's Axe, where you wouldn't really think of that as being a Well, we wouldn't really think of that as being a primary damage dealer, but really that was one of the best for some time. If you had two of them and were constantly throwing them. Okay, well. Axes and dead cells. They're mostly to be thrown. Interesting how that works. All right, well, I'm not gonna be fully clearing these areas. I can tell you that right now, especially because Prison Depths I think is gonna be the hardest area in this entire run. Well, we'll see. And to that point, you know what? Give me disengagement. I feel like I'm gonna get some use out of that, mostly due to the hammers, of course, because the hammers are, well, ugh. Can't even freeze them with a shield. Okay, come on. Death. Oh, that is. Oh, I'm gonna take you and maybe. I want to use it, of course, right now. I love the bone. I think the bone's a great weapon, but it's like also, you know, you do have a specific type of run. Of course. That's why I didn't try to commit too hard to it, to actually hitting them with the axe. Oh, hi. You know, abusing enemies teleporting to me and everything could be a good strategy. Enemies don't teleport to you when you're in midair. That's what you... But the... Yeah, okay. Thought I saw something there. Enemies don't teleport to you when... Oh, boy. When you're in midair. And that means that you can do stuff like get them set up hits on them a little bit easier. You do gotta kind of make sure to get in a... Oh, boy. You gotta make sure that you are getting in a good position to make that work for you. Oh, okay, maybe I'll just have enemies spawn to me until, you know, I... Ah! It's fine, it's fine. Frightening, but it's fine. Yeah, you know what? Just have enemies spawn to me, whatever. I have high enough melees to make that work. Anybody else? Anybody else want to show up? Yeah. I'm gonna punch this rat. Oh, I'm gonna have so many elites now. Well, this is what happens when you have an extreme... When you can't really, you know, just delete enemies with your build. Like, I mean, I feel like I went through decently fast that previous area. However, not really fast enough to make sure that... Whoa, that was scary. Not really fast enough to make sure that I didn't... that I was getting rid of melees at a decent pace. Okay, come on. There we go. Yeah. Abusing enemies, getting confused. Yeah, getting enemies on different levels, abusing enemies, getting confused when they're teleporting to me. All things that I think are going to be very effective in terms of dealing damage. And of course, just using my death orb. Good old Dorb. That's an all-right weapon. Ooh, nice. I will take all the food drops I can get. Let's be real here. Yeah, no, too close. Too close. But still able to deal with it well. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Okay, you know what? Dorb. We're Dorbing it up, baby. This is how I play video games now. Dorb. Ah. Okay. Okay. Now, still got Necromancy here. So I want to probably wait a little bit to take... Are you kidding me? To take everything. Ugh. Man. Oh, yeah, that Dracula fight that I did a few times yesterday. Yeah, and see, now this is the point in time where, for whatever reason, it's very hard to tell exactly when the axes are just going to stop being effective. Because they will. Okay, that was worrying. And of course... Oh, yeah, and of course. Now, the little hang time that I get here, as you can see. Yeah. Oh, yeah, get the Dorb out. Get the Dorb out, baby. This is prime Dorbin area. I'm Dorbin over here. Getting rid of you. Getting not hit by you. See, this is why you gotta make sure that you're staring like every part of the screen, having your eyes entirely unfocused so you can see all of the enemies that are about to kill you in Dead Cells. It's the only way to play the game. Okay. Man, this is ludicrous. I'm alive. My voice cracking an awful lot here. Maybe that's just the stress. I kind of saw that coming with this weapon, of course. And I also need some good synergies on here, too, to make absolutely sure that I can be one-shotting enemies in the way that I said that I was going to be, and then obviously have not really been doing so far. You know, I'm not a big fan of... Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Ah! Okay, honestly, I think... okay, how am I going to do this? I think I'm going to actually just take this here. Not because... I mean, of course, the preference would have been to... Okay, hey. There you go. The preference would have been to wait until I was about to leave the area. Get myself up to 50% health using necromancy. Oh yeah! We're doing the dance here, where I cannot hit the enemy very well. Okay. Oh, deep breath here, deep breath. Wow, that is not a bad nutcracker. That's like a really good nutcracker. Oh, nutcracker's like a top tier sort of. Oh, okay. I see we're doing this. Oh, and I see my axe. Axe, please. What are you doing? Kill him. Just get him right in position while it's... Okay, thank you. I'm going to say while it's kind of messing around summoning stuff that isn't going to hit me. I do want lifesteal. I don't know. A toothpick is... I mean, I guess I can swing it pretty fast. But yeah, still no new... Ooh. Okay, you know what? I don't want to deal with this guy. Yeah, it's like, look, we got the axe for primary source of damage, and then we got everything else for when the primary source of damage is not able to damage the enemies. Right? It's not really a weapon. Oh, we're maxed out. Oh, cool. Poggers. It's not really a weapon. Yep. It's not really a weapon that is built for Dead Cells. It is a weapon that is built for a very particular reference to an inspiration of Dead Cells. Not necessarily built for the way that this game works, which is what makes it so fun to use. Hello. Okay. Man, yeah, the malaise is not doing me any favors right now. Let's just say that. Make that absolutely clear. Alright, get down here. I'm ready. Because now I can do this. You know, hit an enemy, getting like a free synergy also maybe wouldn't be a terrible thing either. Yeah. Now before I get hit on my backside. Okay. There goes you. Oh, you know what? This is also a point in time where this is a sort of secondary weapon to buff out the build is not the worst idea. Are you sure you want to do this, me? Just asking you to maybe... rally. Okay. No, well, never mind. We're doing it. Not even in the right position. All right. We back doing the dance. Now I can't even... Okay. Invisible, but it's pretty clear when the enemy is about to teleport next to me. It's a good thing I played this game for 1,000 hours, so I know the exact timing to take him down. Hey, Vorpan. You know, if there was a Vorpan with, if there was a Vorpan with, like, lifesteal on there, I would really enjoy that. Foodstuffs and all that, too. It's thematically appropriate. I haven't figured out how to throw my axe in front of me unless I use a very particular smaller or at the same time larger axe. It's the Goldilocks principle. Oh. Yeah, this is going about as well as I expected. At the same time, I'm not dead, so I guess I'm going to count this as a success for the most part. Oh, great. God. Man, remember when Death Orb could rally? Good times. Anyway. Okay, do a little bit of freeze in there. I didn't even get him. Just get something. Just get something. Whee. Necromancy, baby. That's what I'm relying on for healing now. What else could you possibly want? Just gotta keep up that kill streak. You know? Okay, didn't even get the parry there, but that's okay. Get the parry there, though, and it's even better. Okay, okay, you are done. You are done. Don't hit me with the pickpocket, please. Wow. 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 And there's that one grenadier. There's the one sad grenadier there still. Oh, still lobbing bombs at me from the sidelines. Okay. Almost hit me there, but not quite. Give him props for continuing to try. Oh. Breathe a sigh of relief. But to use Death Orb because I didn't know it was about to spawn there. And it's like, oh, okay, well. And I can deal with you just fine. Yep. Don't think I'm going to have too much of a problem there. Now. Hit him! Hit him! Hit him! Ah, he's just right. Okay. Yep. 2 for 1. Right there. Oh, ah! Oh, and my necromancy is down too, so this is even better than ever. Oh yeah, this is nightmarish. This is like absolute. Oh. You know what? I'll take it. Oh, right, the last second, and I get disengagement back up. Oh, thank God. Just when I needed it. You needed him the most. Disengagement came back. I hate you. Oh my God. We're still gonna go for Mama Tick here at this rate. Means I continue to take so much damage. Ah! Yeah. Okay. And 1 for good hit. By the way, I do have Frozen Target on you. So that's actually going to be pretty effective, as I have to fight another elite. Ah! And also some of the best enemies to be fighting as well, especially with this build. Okay, this should work, though. This should work well enough. Okay, you know what? Maybe I won't actually go fight Mama Tick. Maybe I'll go to like a little bit more consistent, aka we're just going to go the boring route, but I think we've had enough excitement here for this run right now. Yes. Good times. No, do you mind? Come on. I'm just trying to sell this. Well, at least I don't have to worry about malaise as much anymore. Look, if you're going for Dracula's Castle, you get extra... Yeah, okay, this one's not gonna... No. If you're going for Dracula's Castle, you're gonna get extra, food, store... Anyway, hey, there's another axe. There's that other axe I was just talking about. Can you believe that it's appearing again? Okay. I don't even have that much malaise. Why is there still so many enemies spawning? I'm out of here. Going both better and worse than I was expecting. I guess I'm just going to count myself lucky I'm still alive right now. Because, yeah. Also, I'm just going to sell the bone here at this rate. I'm not going to try and re-roll that for lifesteal. No. No. In fact. The classic combination. Oh, look, everybody, it's Mank. No. I'm just going to say no right now. I thought about it. I did give it a big think there for one moment. Okay. Then I came to my senses and said no. Yeah, that was that thing where I was trying to just throw as many axes as possible and see if I could hit something. And the answer is no. That did not work in the way I wanted it to. Okay. Maybe it's through like semi-permeable platforms like those things, then that's like... Oh! Latched on... I somehow... I'm trying to hit enemies here, latched onto the chain, which almost got me hit. Alright, back up to 50%. Looking pretty snazzy. I don't even have that much melees. Why is everybody turning into elite? Why are there so many spawns? Am I just like stuck at max melees right now? As you can see, I'm getting even right now, just like getting slightly better again. Judging the range at which you need to hit enemies here. Fortunately, once again with enemies teleporting to me, doesn't really make too much of a difference now, does it? Yeah? Yeah? Can I also get one more for good measure? Very nice. Still would like to get an... Okay, then. Well, some well-placed shockers, I suppose. Give them that. Overall, I'm very impressed at how the enemies are coordinating their attack against me in this run. They're doing a good job. Ah, missed all of them. Okay, the little slime rings move slow enough that that's less of a concern. Okay, then. Get that jump there to get the arc just right. And then do this to get that attacking also just right. And then while you got your back turned to me, I'm gonna have the giant hit something pretty much off screen there. Let's be real. Okay. Very nice, very nice. It's actually kind of going. I'm happy with how this area is going, at least comparatively. Good old Shoari. Look, as much as I want to go, yeah, do like bad seed and everything, it's like sometimes you just gotta be like, yo, this is not the easiest weapon to use. We gotta keep this one simple. All right. There we go. And okay, there. Funny enough, the arc there that happened because I was throwing it on the elevator actually, you know, really did still work well for me. You can see I'm just mashing the button to make this go. Which is why I keep constantly getting the out of ammo prompt there. Yeah, while he's doing his combo here. Yeah. There we go. And then... projectile damage, sure. Might want to replace... at this rate, though, it's like Death Orb has been quite good. Okay. And here's where I totally screwed it up on the actual hits. Though Thornies, I think, are some of the friendlier of enemies when it comes to actually attacking them with this weapon, all things considered. Yeah, switch out Death Orb so they're not quite taking so much damage. Even though I feel like I'm taking a pretty... I am doing quite well in taking damage. It's like, I'm just taking like, you know, normal damage rather than survival damage at this point in time. Which is working. Okay. There you go. A lot of fun stuff happening there, but managed to get out of there okay. Speaking of getting out of here okay. All right. Face Flask. Now, as good of a weapon as that is, not really going to be too useful in this run. I mean, I'm a big fan. But yeah, I mean, I'm already taking enough damage as it is, really. Okay. You know what? I already had one of those deal a good amount of damage to me. I don't really need to have that continue to be a source of damage in my life. Press the wrong button because I didn't think that I was going to be whatever. I can always use a little... I mean, as much as I didn't really want to, Whoops. Kind of trying to max out damage on this weapon and everything, which is why I should probably be... Ooh, actually going for the swing there. Usually you wait until... I guess I was just on the perfect... I was on the perfect axis for him to try doing the swing. He might have actually nailed me if I let that happen. Okay. Tactics. My stats are actually very evened out. I don't like that. What's up with that sort of thing? Yeah, did I get the thorny down? No. But it's just taking a long time for some reason to teleport to me. So, anything else? Anything else? Another elite? Do I really want to fight an elite? Any elite? No. Alright, I'm still looking for maybe getting a potion charge back. I would like that, but... God, if I could get an upgrade for the axe, I would probably take it at this point. Sure, even right now, the damage is actually pretty decent, but I do really need to. Yeah, I don't like how those stats are distributed. Well, anyway. Yeah, I could still, you know, use some more. All right, got the 60 kills and everything. Here's the food shop, which I really don't need to go into right now. I mean, I did, but here, do that. Okay. Even with a 2 times damage death orb there, eh? Well, at least this enemy stays nice and still so that I can hit it pretty easily with the weapon and then take a lot of damage anyway because I don't know. And man, with all the great dodges that I've been doing lately, I just thought I'd give him one for some reason. Look, I can rally up a good amount of health. That's fine. I hope. Ah, come on. Do that the wrong direction, as you can clearly see. Quit latching onto the thing. Okay. You know what? Just make sure I don't have to deal with that. Why? Why them? Weren't even on screen. Pretty sure they hadn't even seen me at that point in time. Okay, how about that then instead? We can do this. Okay. Oh, 40% health. I'll be able to get 100% pretty easily just by, you know, killing enough enemies until I get 50 and then, you know, into... And then grabbing that before I go into the next area. And we'll get 20,000 for... There we go. I got him, barely. Ah! I don't think this is gonna work. I mean, it's working well, okay, I suppose. I'm still not a fan, though. I'll say it. There's you down. There's you down. There's me trying to get into the right position for that, and then I did, and it was good. Where's the cursed chest? Because I'm gonna go for that, although I'm probably gonna regret it, as you do. This is an interesting combination of events happening right now. You know what? There. Keep this nice and easy, I suppose. I think that is the cursed chest right there, then. Okay, good. Hi. It's me. Alright, I mean, I'll probably take that over the Giant's Whistle, I suppose. Slightly less cooldown. Slightly more potential to hit enemies. There's stuff here. Now I just got to be cautious. And not do anything too stupid. Is this considered stupid? I don't know. Yeah, okay. There we go. Now I can probably just wait for more enemies to spawn at this rate, to be honest. But let's go up here instead. As long as I don't have any elites coming in right now, I think, and you know, of course I can blitz down any flying enemies like that pretty quickly. I think I should be okay. Okay. Food. I mean, I might as well max out my malaise again, because why not? Yeah. Not the enemy that drops the death orb. I think so. Oh, good. All right. I have kind of an idea of what I'm actually going to be doing now. I suppose it's good, but I'm still kind of worried about the whole, you know, curse. Okay. Ah, that's the enemy that was down there. Whew. Okay, there's 2. I did that in the wrong direction, clearly. All right. Got 1 left. There we go. Okay. And that's, well, it's something. I'm not going to say that it's like really going to be saving me or anything like that, but I am alive now, aren't I? Whew, okay, 2 more to go. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the... I don't think this time is when I'm going to be able to get the you know, the potion charge, which is fine. Didn't really expect to. Let's be real here. Okay, then. Knife dance. I hope it's going to do me good right now. This is not particularly good right now, I'm going to say. Elites and everything. Several elites at that. But at least that one is kind of stuck there due to having the fun... well, having that fun, you know, one of those things that does that thing. Ah! It's me, max malaise. That's what I do this run because I can't kill enemies fast enough. Oh, well, at least I dropped the food. We'll take that. Let's maybe wait until I can get back up to, like, slightly higher health. Nah, let's be real. Because I'm just going to, you know, end up buying food in the food shop anyway. So, might as well just do that. Get up to 100% easy. Okay, almost there, almost there. Okay, even for the lessened damage that you get for... Even for the lessened damage that you get for hitting enemies without having the critical on, it's still damage. It still does damage, and it still does damage in the exact way that you want it to, which is to say it kills enemies. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay, well. Well. And on a frozen target, too, so that's fun. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to stick around with this, but I'll be honest, I don't hate it. I think that there is a good use case for this even right now, as I'm already taking 100% damage, you know. I don't think I take double 100% damage. I actually don't know how that works. Never really mess around with it too much. Yag! Yeah, you. Bonk. Alright. Alright, off-screen bonk. The best kind. Okay, 1 hit there. By the way, what's it doing right now? 8,000 damage? Could be more. Could be more. It's like they've had weird stat distribution this run as well, which is kind of an entire thing just by itself. Okay, do that. Do that. Currently at 100% health. It's looking pretty alright. Get that teleportation exploitation. Okay. Good, good. Alright. So, from here, I think the only other thing to do then is go grab the food stuff and get out of here. Yeah, yeah, alright. It honestly could be worse. It could be worse. Still don't really see a whole lot of taking 2 times damage weapons, mostly because they're risky. But I feel like this is a point in time where the risk is worth it. Now I'm just going to leave before something else turns into an elite. as what happens all the time. Okay. Okay, 100% health, down 2 potion charges, of course, but 100% health. And before anything else spawns, too. Come on. All right. Pretty good. Not as good as it was doing when I was just fighting Dracula yesterday, of course, but you know. That's how that is. Ugh. By the way, I did, in fact, go and get my oil changed after that. Because in fact, pretty much as soon as I was done with it, I got my oil changed. So, you know. That was some real verisimilitude. Got myself a bag of chips and transformation flavored Coke. Because I don't know what Coca-Cola is doing right now, but they're doing it. Like between like that and the Space Coke that I got last year. What did it taste like? It tasted like coconut. Toasted coconut. Okay. There we go. Now, if I can actually hit him, it does a pretty good amount of damage, so I'm not too disappointed with that. Good chunks of damage here, but, you know. All right, let me just... Oh, come on. I was really hoping to hit him with... Really hoping to kind of hit him with the axe if I'm getting the good ice synergy right now, right? Okay. Well, I haven't taken damage yet. Oh, okay, never mind then. I lied. Well, I guess I sort of expect that to happen, let's be real here. How this has been going thus far. No legendary weapon for me. Well, that's fine. I kind of depended too much on legendary weapons as it is, I feel like. And by depend, I mean I just take. Because they're good. They have unique affixes and everything. Okay. Slow enough moving to be easy to hit. I'm going to with this weapon, which is kind of what I was hoping for. There we go. Very nice. All right, cat. Any interesting stuff with the cat? Not really. Maybe, I mean, honestly, Knife Dance has not really been that effective. I think I can switch out for something else. Oh, that's a good... that's not a bad version of that weapon. Okay. Well, continuing on. I'm definitely not going to be taking that in the next fight, but for right now, it's been pretty good. No. I'm just going to have to get a good shield for that. I think that's clear. Well... It's like this weapon is just... It's not really, you know, quite made for... You know what? I'm actually going to go back here real quick and switch out the mutations. Because well, Wish is definitely one that I want to go for, I think, soon enough, but Midas Blood so I can actually afford the stuff I need, you know? Sure, I'm going to lose 30% of my health here, but should be able to also... You know, actually afford the potion charges and everything by the end of this at this rate. I going for the boring route every time, but it really is the easiest one to do, at least for me. Because I've been to, you know, Still Village since the game began. And it's changed, absolutely, but it hasn't changed that much. Still has a lot of the same enemies and layouts and everything. Don't have to go like a lower and upper route anymore, though. Which is always sort of an interesting thing. You could get like some good skips just because of that alone. All right, here's the food shop. Here's me getting attacked in the food shop because again, I'm not going to be, I am not going to be bereft of malaise for this entire run. Certainly not as I keep continuing to do that. But you know how that is. Cat. Cat's still doing good anyway. I am happy to see Cat doing its cat stuff. Okay, while it's in the middle of big swings and everything, let's try and hit some enemies around here. And of course, I can't get anything over there. Death Orb, as much as I like it, I really probably should replace it with something else already. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can already see that I'm almost at enough to... Man, all the 100% extra stuff. Almost at enough to be able to afford the thing. There's no Death Orb. It's still Eric Shock times 2 damage. Give me something that'll give me some synergies. No, I don't think so. You know what? This is, I think, probably going to be a little bit more effective here. Do always like Crusher. And slowing down enemies and everything, of course, is going to be good for just kind of taking down, getting enemies in a little bit more position and everything like that. Like that. I mean, I just very often take Crush. Once again, it's one of those, it's like we're doing sort of a boring route sort of deal because these are all of the old standbys, the old classics that you know and love. Sing along if you know the words. All right. Okay. But yeah, win. Which is why I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different. But at the same time, hey, you know, it works for good reason. It's the old classics for good reason. It's not just because I like their aesthetics or anything like that. No, no, no. All right. I mean, Cat, of course, is just very similar to Mushroom Boy, but also has, you know, like the ability to do this. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Okay. If I can get that while they're stunned, good. I am still getting 2 times damage. Don't forget about that. All right. Now then. How is the second half of this going to go? I mean, I think as long as I can get to how everything's turning into a leap. This is great. I love it. But yes. What was I even saying? I don't know. I got distracted when everything started to happen. And many things were happening there. At least I like the stat distribution a little bit more. Oh no! And I saw it coming too and everything. Ooh. Don't die stupidly because of that. Well, once again, there's my potion charge. Also, did I somehow... However that worked? Okay. I was almost hoping for a legendary item just because I wanted to see, you know, something here, but... Well, whatever works. You know, 2 times damage should be able to effectively get that if I just get the wish mutation and everything eventually too. Shark. No. Don't get me wrong, I love Shark. It's just a better version of the Nutcracker, but still. It is, fortunately not really going to be something that I can end up using super great right now. Gotta think about things that are actually usable, and also just how I'm gonna deal with the 100,000 more elites that I have to fight. Because I gotta fight them. They're all here. I'll just clown-carring their way in to try and fight me right now. Yep, let's just... Cat. Yep. Yeah, you too. This is what I took Necromancy. I mean, it's like I knew that I was going to use Necromancy. And hey, look, I'm using Necromancy. At least there's also like just a lot of small, insignificant enemies to get Necromancy used too, which has been a pretty big boon in this run as well. Tag him down, Cat. Thank you, Cat. I never played the game where you appeared. For the turbo graphics. What can I say? We didn't have it here. Turbo graphics. That's what they call the PC engine in America. Because they're just like, PC engine? No, no, no. We gotta call it the turbo graphics 16. I definitely will, I mean, not only just, you know, hold up in the future, but also hold up right now. Anyway, well, at least money's not too difficult to come by now if you just purposely take a lot of damage. Well, to be fair, I am using a 2 times damage weapon. This is the time to be taking this, if any. Okay. All right. And I feel like it was a good choice. I mean, Midas Blood is very often a good choice. It's rare that you're like, oh man, Midas Blood. How'd the cat miss you every single time? It's very rare that you're like, oh man, Midas Blood, what a terrible option. I can't believe it. I didn't need money. There you go. And nope, too fast. Of course. There's that. I will still also take just like money that appears randomly around here too. Come on. Nice. Now then, grab you. No, we're not going for 60 kills here. I can tell you that right now. All right. Into the food shop. You know, it's like I always say this, just like, the boring route and whatever. I don't think I've ever seen anybody ever for the thousands of hours that I've been playing Dead Cells ever complain, oh, can't believe you went to the promenade again. Come on, that's so boring. At most, it's people being like, well, you don't want to go to the bank? So it's like, really, it is entirely unfounded fear, but still. All right. Clock tower, and I need a better shield. I definitely need a better shield, I think. It's just like almost an unquestionable sort of thing. But hey, already kind of built back up what I've lost. So pretty happy about that. Back to the point that I could probably just end up taking the extra health mutation again. Anyway, this is also maybe it would be a good time to go grab Wish. Obviously, that's a different run. I do, in fact, already have the ending for that one and cross-recorded as well, just because I knew I would probably end up needing it, and also I wanted to practice against Dracula. I mean, maybe not for Vampire Killer. Vampire Killer is a pretty decent weapon, all things considered. It's just, you know, better safe than sorry and all that. His runs can get kind of long. Around here in Dead Cells Town. Okay. Let's just go from this point, I suppose. All right. And then what do you got? You got the inability to be hit by cats. Immunity to cats. Took that perk. But, all right, just stats. I haven't even seen just like a random legendary shrine or anything around here. Not interesting. Oh, come on. Now, teleporting does really mess up the arc when you're trying to hit enemies very often. Drag them down. Not an insignificant sort of thing when you're doing this. All right, you know what? Checking out the cell doors because I want to see the junk I can get in here. I'm actually kind of all about that right now. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Not with that arc. Oh, with that arc? Never. Okay. You know, I keep talking about, like, stealth, but you know I can't do stealth in this game. Take things nice and slow, nice and simply. It's, like, is obviously the way you want to do it, but that's not the way I'm going to do it. Nice and slow, make sure that you can snipe enemies from far, far away. Is not the way I'm going to be playing this game. All right, what do we got? No, I want a shield. Yeah, and I do want the tombstone. I do like the tombstone, of course. All right, I will. You know, I'll take parry shield, sure. I haven't got anything else on top of that. Ooh, I don't hate that at all. Even if I hit enemies very close, then I will still be able to deal a good amount of damage just with the damage over time alone. Yeah, no, that's a good one. Parry shield, of course, then is just going to be good for all the projectiles that I'm going to be encountering in the next fight. Just how that goes. All right, well, I think I got a... I can also, you know, get rid of the... get rid of the 2 times damage, which is not a bad option. I think just in its entirety. Okay. Yep. Oh, jeez. I rolled it. So I'm not too disappointed in that. You can get the roll. That's all you need. You could say that you're on. Roll. Okay, whatever. Should really be focusing on doing parries against those guys a lot more often anyway. Anything else cool here before we continue on? Nope, just need a little bit more money. I think I'm probably going to end up using the Midas Blood for a little bit longer at this rate. Still want to try and get that last little time. You know, it's funny that this weapon is so effective on... It's funny that this weapon is so effective on elevators just because it makes the arc so much smaller. And because that's so much easier to hit enemies with. Here we go. Gotta get my cat advantage here. And then anything else? So I just got Maw of the Deep, which again, great weapon. Big fan, but you know, not quite what we're looking for this run. Got a very particular run going on. This one is not it. Okay. There you go. That's like the ideal usage of the axe right there. Not even just enemies you can see, that can see you, but also enemies that are entirely oblivious to the fact they're about to be hit by a giant axe. Okay. Oh. 23. Still not quite the stats that I would be looking for, but ain't too shabby either. Oh, I didn't mean to jump up on top of the platform. I meant to be hanging on the side, and then, you know. Okay. Meant to be hanging on the side there. Don't sell the cake. I want to keep that. 60 kills! Yeah, this is actually kind of like going pretty all right now. What a very strange run. A lot of ups and downs here. Like the axe. Anyway. Okay. Still want to go grab that other one. Get that extra toxic damage and everything. Think it would be pretty good. But yeah, I'm also just like, you know, I think I'm getting a slightly better handle on using the axe too. It's finally happening. Minus 75% damage, toxic cloud. I don't know, 5% extra, 5% less damage taken. I guess I can maybe make that work. This is sort of the best plan that I have right now, I suppose. All right. Okay, and just kind of like continue to toss these things around everywhere that I possibly can until I win the video game. And that's it. That's the plan here. Yeah, just swing your weapon until you win the video game. Oh, it's the easiest thing. I can't believe people have trouble with this game sometimes. Anyway. How exactly? Well, there's the money I needed. Got anything else fun in here? I mean, you got a lot of enemies in here, but, you know, kind of expect that at this point. How it's been going. Toxic cloud with each hit. It's not bad. No. Yeah, nothing really too special here. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to use the Scythe Claws, but that's just not going to happen on this run. We'll get 2 times damage Scythe Claws? Now that'd be a run. Okay, go grab a scroll fragment here, and then I guess I kept that cake around for good reason. Oh, really? Yeah? Yeah. Fine. You can do it like this, too. You can do it in whatever way you want. I don't care. I can get this working, and with melees cleared, I also don't have to worry about the many melees that I'm going to get. So I do kind of feel like axe works. I mean, I am using 2 times damage axe, though. But even then, it's like, when you're late game, you have the ability to take a lot more hits. So axe is kind of a weapon, it seems, for late game. I think that's going to be the most effective way to end up using this thing most of the time. At least in my opinion, as of just yet. Try and really go for the big damage and, you know, so many enemies around here in 5-cell mode especially. you're going to hit something if you're just tossing them around, especially in sort of a vertical area like this, where I think the axe is just that much more effective, of course. All right, send me up to the top here. We'll go and get the thing. I think there was also an Inquisitor somewhere around here. Hello. I said hello. Now, please get hit by this axe. All right. Yeah. Lose out only on 50% damage. I mean, really, because the upgrade that I get here overall, it's not bad. It's not bad. Axe, I think, could benefit from stuff like the just native plus 40% damage or something that heavy weapons get. Wouldn't be too disappointed in seeing that. Also, anything doing... Crusher has synergy. If I wasn't going to be trying to afford a potion charge in the next area, I would probably also go for getting the cat extra damage against poison, too. I think that has potential of doing a lot of good stuff. But at the same time, still pretty effective regardless. And what do we got? What do we got? Okay. Well, for the sake of getting a little bit of extra healing here and there, I am totally willing to take a nice fast, even though it's still going to be very low damage. Hey, low damage just means more opportunity to hit enemies for more health, right? I mean, provided that I don't just keep continuously getting hit. Anyway. You know. You know. All right. Got the Magician out here, too. Good stuff. Okay. It's going to mostly be the shield. I can maybe try and get her to run into... I mean, like, slow down or run into the axe occasionally, but aside from that, I don't think this is going to happen. Okay. Didn't even... Ugh, and then I miss a couple of hits there. But hey, poison. You know, get a lot of extra damage on the... Yeah, no way. No way, no way, no way. I'm trying my best here, but yeah, it's like everything else is actually dealing damage. The axes themselves are sort of, you know, only going to get so much out there. And please run into my cat. Thank you. That's not your cat. Yeah, I know. See, and then parry shield. It's like, there's good reason why I decide to go for parry shield, especially in this fight. Okay, so that went well, but not because of the axe. Of course. Of course. You know what? Sure. I'll switch that out. And you actually deal extra damage against... You know what? Sure. I do like that. I mean, I'm already kind of working with like a poison build and everything now. Take that. So why not, right? Into Dracula's castle. I'm ready. I'm feeling good about this one. Also, I realize right now, I think I still have assist mode on. I should probably turn that off. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Okay. Nothing else really to get. I mean, I suppose. Yeah, you know what? This is... I'm going to try for it. You know what? I'm going to give it an attempt. Give me that disengagement. Give me that, I suppose necromancy, yeah. I'm probably going to end up using that, right? Well, I do have... You know, I guess I do have the Hayabusa gauntlets now. But then again, it's still going to be pretty hard to actually get like usage out of it. I don't know. I'm weighing my options here. I think this one's fine. All right, penitent one. Okay, let's see if I can get this to work. Now, of course, as always, I'm not even going to try fighting that. No. Oh, no. I'm going to go grab that. And we're going to go get on with this malarkey. Yeah, it's like realizing that you can just kind of run past those guys is he's pretty big. And just take him down, Hardy. And I might try and go for... Okay, you know what? Here. Just while we're doing this. Don't lose my axe here, by the way. Really well done, huh? Hello, Dracula. This is not the time. Okay. Now, what do you got, actually? Let's kind of like get enemies to jump up here instead. This is what happens when you go into Dracula's castle with 5 brutality. It's exactly what you expect. Surprised that one down there isn't trying to hit me. Ooh! And then that one instead started to try and make that work. Okay, okay. See? It's like just took a little bit of doing, you know? Just a little bit of just very ineffective punches, but I am pretty much back up at full health. So, you know. This is more or less the ideal sort of way that I wanted this to go, right? 99%. Okay, okay. Yeah, enough with 99%. Where's my axe? Wasn't stolen by the resourceful rat or anything, so. I haven't introduced that into the game just yet. No dungeon crossover either. Okay, 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 okay. Don't get me wrong. If I want to put Gunther in the game, I would be totally okay with that. I love that guy. Probably my favorite gun in the entire game. Okay, okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay. Not too bad. Don't even try it. Okay, did get the... I mean, there was a non-zero chance that I could have gotten hit there if I... Something. Whatever, I don't know. Let's just continue on with this already. Now, I do gotta make sure that I remember not to pick up anything that I don't want to have turn into a legendary weapon, which is to say, anything except for the axe itself. Hope I don't forget that. But yeah, here. Okay, we're gonna slow down Medusa. I'm gonna see if I can get a parry here or something. Or just maybe. This is going well. This is going well. Didn't even have to deal with her 1,000,000 hit combo that she has. She just attacks forever and never stops. Ever. Alright, what do I got? Nope. Corrosive Cloud ain't the sort of thing, especially not the sort of thing that I'm going to use a legendary weapon on. I mean, I was sort of planning to take out the shield there regardless. If Dracula, that you're not even in like the same room. Come on. You know I can't hear you taunting me if you're like 10 meters above me. Okay. Okay. Just hit it. Hit it. Ah. Hit it. Ah. Yeah. Oh boy. Ah. Then Lucretia by Megadeth starts playing. You know what? I still got this. Sure. Probably make this work. Hey, you. Attack me. It'll be funny. You know what? Some other enemy got... Yeah! It's fine. The bats could thankfully still go down very easily. They go down as easily as normal bats. So... that went totally okay. Good. Yeah. That's some good satisfying gameplay. Oh, you just nail an enemy, just dunk on an enemy like that. Okay, I'm almost up to about 30 survival, which is, of course, you know, usually what I like to be at for endgame. Usually what I tend to be able to get to. Even without, you know, a lot of... Okay, you know what? Here, let's see. Ooh! Kill a werewolf with a throwing axe. Interesting. I didn't even know that was an achievement. Ah! But like, yeah, no, not too difficult to do when you're not even in the same room as them as always. Oh boy, I do not like this. Okay, get that poison on there. Nice. Throw another achievement on the pile, baby. I'm ready for it. And when you have enemies slowed down so you can see their little silhouette where they're about to be appearing when... Yeah. They're not the easiest to hit, though. The achievement does have a point there. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, Poison Cloud will make that trivial. Oh my God. Ah. Ah. Okay. I just need to a few times there. Yeah, I got one too. See, yeah, skeletons are the ones that have the throwing axe animation, not the actual axe armors. Axe armors throw them directly in front of themselves, and are just generally a pain to fight. As anybody that's played OG Castlevania knows. There we go. Get that dunk, baby. Get that double dunk. Get that triple dunk there. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, this is a fun weapon. I don't know why I'm using all like the goofy, really hard to use weapons at the beginning of this. Well, I mean, aside from Death Sight is just good. But wow, glitch happening with that enemy is a treat, isn't it? Ah, damn. Bonk. Oh, from downtown. Now, what do we got up here? Take an axe. Oh, I would actually genuinely love to take a legendary version of that, but I'm not going to. I got a specific. I want to get the double. I want to get the double hits here because I think that would be really good. Oh, come on, bonk. Bonk again. It's the bonk weapon. Anyway. Yeah, of course. Get out. Dracula. It's cheating. Who says that? Anyway. Of anything that you could be considered to be like cheesy tactics or whatever, I don't know. Buying things with money is one of them. Dang, though, I was sort of hoping that I could get, you know, maybe another axe. Although I don't think that was a weapon shop. Whatever. Don't think I'm going to be able to get the axe here as of just yet, unless... I mean, it's Rebound Stone. Don't really... Man, Rebound Stone's going to be a hard one to use. I think that one might be one I take to death. There you go. Oh, just thinking about it right now. Seems like a rough weapon. I mean, especially as you get into, like, Phase 2 of old Dracula. One of my favorite phases. Not really. I hate phases in, like, pretty much every boss fight. I get so sick of, like, it's like, just make 2 boss fights. Come on. Okay. My axes are better. You know, I'm betting the axe armors probably are the ones that drop the axes, but I don't know why it didn't show up as being the grenade, though. Kind of a weird thing when you think about it. When I think about it. Okay. Man, it's super weird when the game actually chooses to... Well, yeah? Anything? No? Good. Super weird when the game actually chooses to have, like, the proper... explosion of poison and everything like that. Axe? No. Figure of profit. Nah. Bonk. Not even seeing that bonk. That bonk just happened. Ow. Well, I'll do a little bit extra healing as we are coming down to it, right? Do you mind? Gotta kind of keep them on the ground. They got the same moveset as the demons, of course, so hitting them like that is pretty effective. I did see somebody else showing up over here. Ah, it's you. Not my favorite enemy to fight. When enemies getting close to me will be dealing an awful lot of damage, but, you know, worked out okay. Ah, really good item to get that particular affix on. The lifesteal affix. Alright, let's do a little bit more of a look around. I am absolutely not going to be taking the curse chest in here. I just think that is going to result in me dying. Yeah, no. That. This is very silly. Anyway, and then into the food shop, and, well, didn't quite get what I was looking for, but hey, it was worth taking a wish just in case. Should have taken it in the previous area, I suppose. Probably would have been the most effective way to end up getting the most out of it and all that. And there we go. Anything else? No. Kind of surprised that I haven't gotten the Explorer's Rune just yet, but I suppose there is a pretty decent amount left of this area still. And dunk. Gotta get those sick dunks. What's that? Oh, money. Well, let's take it, sure. Who knows? Maybe I'll try and get something with this cash eventually, or just take, like, Midas armor or whatever it's called. Yeah. Oh, you know, one of the things I never actually talked about that, yeah, now I'm realizing why I'm getting the actual, why I'm getting the poison on enemies. I've got, shoots an arrow in front of you, which is actually a pretty good thing for this weapon. Yeah, because it sort of does make up so that you don't need to entirely use the axe for dealing damage. And, you know, can also, like, stun enemies and everything like that, too, on top of everything else. So, yeah, like, usually I'm not a huge fan of the... Usually I'm not a huge fan of the shoots arrows or anything like that. I feel like, you know, pretty often it's just, like, a very small amount of extra DPS that doesn't make that much of a difference. But here, I mean... Kinda? Like, especially since it procs the poison cloud and everything too. Yeah, that would explain why I'm getting some weird inconsistencies when it seems like the poison cloud just kind of appears above me, even though I'm directly in front of an enemy. It's because they're getting hit by the arrow. Hey, why not? I mean, whatever works, right? No, you don't. Just because I don't parry enough doesn't mean I don't know how to parry. Anyway. Now I think that's pretty much everything. There's the curse chest. Nope. And I did get the... Okay. Let's just go back to the food shop, go pretty much buy out the store, and then into the Dracula fight. And I've gotten plenty of practice. You've seen in the last episode of Dead Cells. I could get the 60 kills. I will. Maybe I'll find something good there. You never know. I'm not going to go for the curse chest. Curse chest is bad. Curse chest is going to lead to my death. I mean, yes, I know I almost got 60 kills right now and everything, and I do love the dog version of this, but still. It's just like, dog version or no? Cute chest differences aside, it's like, it's not good enough. Yeah, I knew it. Give me that sick dunk and get me out of here. Yep. Nope. This is, that should be it. Into the Dracula fight. Didn't get wish usage, but... Is there, yeah, I'll see if in the next area. Yeah, next area is the last one that I got for wish. And then maybe... I'm hoping, but, like, I don't know if I really got any expectation that that's going to happen. Wait, is there a 60 kill door here? I guess not. Why do I think there was? I don't know. I thought there was. Well, anyway. All right. Well, let's stick with, you know, pretty safe mutations here. And also, what else? 2 times ammo? Sure. All right, now I absolutely know that I will not be running out of this pretty much for this entire... It's really not even how that works, considering it kind of regens up very slowly, all things considered. Okay, you know what? Let's take something different then. Recovery? Yeah? Let's say, yeah, that can work, right? Sure. I think that's a pretty decent way to, you know, provided you're not getting hit multiple times, it's a pretty decent way to get a lot of use out of the rally mechanic. And I do like the rally mechanic. I'm always a big fan. Yeah, no silver exists in this game. Also, wooden steak and garlic. Not in this game. You're going to have to go play Vampire Survivors if you want that one. All right, then. Let's see how this one goes. I've got high hopes. Hello, Dracula. All right. just make sure that, as always, you know. Oh, I actually went for the third grab. But did I take that long to attack him? All right, well, here's a good opportunity to get a lot of hits in, of course. No, you don't. No, and then I get hit by that again, man. Okay, okay. Well, I mean, hey, in the rally and everything. All right. Just to be able to... Yeah. No, you don't. Not even a Belmont. Yeah, so... People that aren't Belmonts have fought and killed you before. Look like Shanoa. I just saw her. She was giving me runes and whatnot. No, you don't. Ooh. Good dodge, good dodge. Go for the bad attack again, if you would, please. There we go. Good, good. I think I'm gonna actually pop a potion charge here, just to be sure. You know, keep my disengagement up and everything. What are the items? Nothing like amazing. No. Pretty good, pretty powerful weapons, but nothing that's gonna be good enough, of course. Don't even know why I'm selling them. I don't need the money. The money's not. The money doesn't matter. All right. Come on. I got so much practicing. I know I can do this. Hello, Dracula. It's me. I'm still here. All right. Pretty good chunks. 3, 4. Very consistent way in how that works. And then back. And then not getting hit by the laser this time, because that would be very silly. Who would get hit by the laser that much? It's a very predictable part of the attack. It's a 3-part attack, as you all know. Ooh, good dodge. And there we go. Not even too bad so far. Not even too bad so far. All right. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Where are the platforms? And okay, I'm alive. I'm gonna go for the grab. Not gonna go for the grab. No, you don't. 1, 2, 3, 4. The roll there still remains as effective as ever. You want to go for the grab? Okay, no. No, go wait for the summon. Don't really see that used. Come on, Dracula. No, you don't. Yeah, I knew it. I knew you were going to go for that grab. I can predict you. Yeah, here's the bats. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, look at that pro level dodge. Okay. Can you bring the platform back? Thank you. Okay. All right. Come on, Dracula. There we go. I think that was actually a perfect second phase. Man, if I got that in the first one, that would have been great. Ha. Not too shabby. The practice paid off. Still got to go rescue Richter at some point in time here.